Hi, it's Alexis.
And Christian from Tiny House Expedition. And we built our tiny house way back in 2014.
With the help of friends and family, over 9 months of ups and downs and trial and error, it was all worth it in the end.
We built a cozy custom home of our own that led us to an adventure of a lifetime. And now we're working on a shuttle bus conversion.
In our DIY Tiny Home Build Stories series, we hope to inspire and empower you to take on your own build by yourself or with help.
I needed help. I definitely needed help. And after you watch this, visit tinyhousebuild.com for how-tos and building tips. All right, guys, you got this. Let's do it.
I am an artist. I've done a lot of different things. I was a typeface designer and logo designer in New York City for a while. That's how I started out. And I have a degree in Russian literature. But I just love processes in art, and I've mastered a number of them, from painting to concrete sculpture to a little bit of welding and so on. And I've lived in intentional community before. I just loved the idea of developing a community garden and all the camaraderie that goes along with that. Thought of houses as a big waste of time, because basically you have to go out and spend your time earning a lot of money to have your house and furnish your house and do this to your house and put a new roof on your house and so on and so forth. And then once you're done with that, you have to clean your house, and you have to clean many rooms, and you have to tend your yard. I don't mind that part. I love my garden. But it has never made sense to me to live in a big house. I have tons of storage in there, and I love stuff. I haven't had to sacrifice any of my stuff. My house is fairly large. It's 336 square feet exterior dimension, and I think 290 interior. So that's a bit larger than regular houses. It's 28 feet long and 12 feet wide. And I think that makes it a real difference as far as livability goes. It's just like a studio apartment, only bigger. My husband's a cabinet maker. My father's an architect. I'm an artist. So basically, we just spent 8 months drawing and redrawing a floor plan, and every detail was mocked up. In my husband's house, I had all the windows, all these windows, mocked up with pieces of cardboard, trying to make sure that they were the right height and felt good in the location. Here you see the benefit of having an 11-foot wide interior space, because with that kind of space we were able to make half of it the bathroom and half of it the kitchen. And this kitchen has a residential regulation 30 inches between the counter and the wall. This will make building your tiny house and living in it much easier in a city. These cabinets were all came out of another kitchen. So we basically worked a lot with used things. Over here, we have the biggest Lazy Susan you've ever seen in your life. And then here, this is going to be my stovetop. This is lovely. Normally I use cutting boards, but I decided to bite the bullet and actually chop on my counter, and I'm so happy with it. It's really convenient, and then I don't have to be always storing and pulling out the cutting boards. But this is really a wonderful appliance to have because it's both a convection oven and a microwave. These big kinds of drawers on heavy drawer slides, oh my goodness, they pull all the way out. They're to die for. Spend the money on the drawer slides, and we'll have more of them over here. This is a hollow wall. So we're simply going to open it up and bring the doors flush with this post and make this is my herb cabinet, but we'll make this my herb cabinet. Which will be lovely because then I won't have to have this on the floor here. I'll have more space to work. And this is a great thing. This is a little bit of indirect lighting, which you can see. And sometimes this is just the loveliest light inside the house. I'll just put this on and be able to walk around and function in this space without anything else on it. It's just one of those little LED strips inside, and it gives off the loveliest light. I would always recommend warm light. I got this bathtub out of my backyard. I just loved clawfoot bathtubs, so one time I bought one. But it was a big mess, and so I spent a while cleaning it up and grinding down the base of it and painting everything. But boy, do I love this bathtub. This on the other side, which is unfinished, it will have doors. We have a dwarf water heater. We were just practical and used the same orange countertop as we had in the kitchen. It wasn't really a choice. And then I put in my beloved Victorian house hexagonal tile that I grew up with in Victorian Pittsburgh. So I was not really willing to have a tricky staircase going up and down. I needed something that was really substantial and really felt like stairs. The risers are only 3/4 of an inch, about 3/4 of an inch taller than a conventional stair, and the treads are only about an inch shorter. So it's a very comfortable thing to walk up and down. And who would have ever thought to put a handle up here? But this is one of the wonderful things about not finishing the house before you move into it, because then you can use your body to decide how to build the rest of the cabinets that will be coming in. I've stuck a little tap light so that when I wake up in the morning, in the middle of the night, and I want to go downstairs, I hit the tap light, it illuminates everything. I put yellow film from the tail light of a car over it, so it's mellow instead of blue, and so that makes it very nice in the middle of the night. The ultimate plan will be to move the bed down a foot and have a bookcase along this entire wall. Right now, I get to sleep and then I get to sit in my meditation seat. This is 54 inches up to here, and I'm 5'6", so it works pretty well. We have so many options now with how to make this part functional. I gathered all these wonderful picnic baskets, and these are now my clothes. This is how I organize my clothes, which will work fine until we actually do have drawers built. But it gives me a very good idea of what kind of space I need and what kind of categories I need when we do go into putting these shelves and drawers in. We designed the entire house around this desk. This was my desk in art school, and it holds everything. It's a desk, it's a flat file, it has a massive drawer full of art supplies. Invest in drawer slides. And it's my bookcase. And so we designed the entire house around this desk in this location. But now we're thinking, maybe we want a window seat there. So where are we going to eat? Well, maybe we're going to put the table over here. So maybe we're going to slice this desk down another foot to give us room to do that. Or put the desk over here. This was going to be a cupboard all the way across. We might put the desk over there and put a small cupboard there. This is why it's so nice to finish the house after you've moved in, because you get a sense of how you want to live. And the thing that's really missing for me in this house right now is a couch. So that's really important, and I love window seats with a little high side, so you feel all enclosed, and you have your guests and they feel all enclosed, and you have a little table, a nice visiting space. And I would just love to have a window seat under there. So that we're going to figure out this weekend if that's what we're going to do. As I understand it, my tiny house was the first house approved, tiny house approved for residents in Port Townsend, and I was very proud of that. What I didn't realize is that there is sort of a little bit of publicity that went along with that, and so I wasn't prepared for the so many people being interested in the house. But now I'm sort of proud of it. And it feels like an accomplishment, although, as I said before, I just think of tiny houses as normal and everything else is weird.
Hey, it's Alexis again.
And Christian from Tiny House Expedition. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And to watch the full tour of the DIY tiny home you just learned about, click over here. And don't forget to visit tinyhousebuild.com for building how-tos and advice.